Hi, boys and girls. So we are starting a new unit on writing today, and it is called Writing a Personal Narrative. So you're going to write about something personal about you, and we are going to talk about a little bit today about how writers write about all different kinds of things, right? They can write about something informational like a bird or something real life. They could write a poem. And they can also write about something that happened really important in their life. So today, up above this video, you watched a read aloud called Big Mamas by Donald Cruz. And I'm going to show you a little part of the book. So it tells us details about why this is important to this little boy. He's telling about when he goes to visit Big Mama and why she was important to him. So on this page, it talks about how when they first get to Big Mama's house, there's hugs and kisses and how much they've grown and how exciting that is for her to see them. And then it shows Big Mama, and she's asking them questions. And then this is talking about how they took their shoes and socks off, and how they didn't wear their shoes and socks very often at Big Mama's house. And it just gives so many details about what happens at Big Mama's house and you can really tell that it's Big Mama is really important to him. So those are the noticings that I saw in this story. It's a pretty cool story about Big Mama. And you might have someone in your life that reminds you of Big Mama, maybe a grandparent, maybe an aunt or an uncle. So today I'm going to teach you that we can stretch out a story about ourselves and make sure that we make a lot of detail about it. You guys have been doing this a little bit already. But on your page today, when you write, you're going to talk about something that happened to you, a story in your life. And I'm going to share one today about something that I did and why it was important to me. So, first, when I think about writing a story, I think about what I want to write about. You can look back at your chart that you made. Do I have it with me right now? You can look back at, yes, this chart that you made and kind of see, this would be under more of like events. So my birthday, my wedding, when my children were born, Christmas, Halloween. So you can kind of look at this and look at your events and see which one you might want to write about, a special event in your life. What I'm going to write about is a trip that I went on to California to see my brother. And this was before I had kids. This was before I was married. And it was really important to me because my brother and I, our relationship was not super close when we were growing up because we were, our ages are a lot different. So he's 4 years older than me. But when I graduated college, I really wanted to go out to see him. So this is when I went out to see him and what we did. And it was super important and special, and it helped our relationship. So today I'm going to write about that. And I'm going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to think about what my story is going to be about. So I'm going to think out loud before I write about it. Okay, I'm going to think out loud. And so this is what the story is about. I flew to California to see my brother. When I came off the airplane, he was there waiting for me. I gave him a big hug. Let's see. Each morning we rode our bikes to the beach to have breakfast, and every night we would stay up late talking and laughing about stories and memories from our childhood. It was really sad to say goodbye to him when I had to leave, but I knew I would see him again soon. I was thinking, wouldn't it be really cool if we could make books like Donald Cruz? I think that that's awesome. Now I want to think about my what my picture is going to look like. So I think the most in that, whenever I was telling you about that, I think one of the things that was really cool, let's see if I can find a color. One of the things that was really cool about going to California is that my brother was there to pick me up when I got there. So that was really nice. So I'm gonna do a picture of my brother. And remember, I'm drawing this a little bit faster because I don't want you guys to have to watch me draw for an hour. But so this is me, and this is my brother, and he's getting ready to hug me, okay? And I had just gotten off the airplane, and I was so excited to see him, and I was excited about our trip and how I was going to be able to visit him. My hair was shorter then. I think about what my hair looked like. And his hair was short too. Okay, and then maybe I would draw the airplane. Airplanes are gray usually. Draw the airplane behind us, like in the window. Remember, Mrs. Burnett is not an artist, but I'm trying my very best to make it look similar to the airplane as I can. Because we want to make a lot of detail. We want to think about all the details. We want to make it look like what it really looked like from in our head. So there's the airplane. Okay, and then remember, we always want to draw the floor so I might draw the floor back here because then we're not just standing on nothing. And then maybe this is the window that we're looking out. Okay, and then this is the runway that the plane is on. Okay, so that's how I would draw my brother and I. I think this does need a wheel, doesn't it? Doesn't look like it's there. Okay, so that's the beginning of my drawing. I can add more detail if I'd like, but this was just a really nice moment of my brother and I seeing each other right when I got off the airplane. And I might put down at the bottom, use pencil, I went went to, and I know to is T-O because it's a sight word, to see my my sight word, my brother brother. Remember, we're sounding it out like we hear it if we don't know how to spell it. In a o e for yeah, California. Now, boys and girls, I know that this isn't how I spell brother or California. I know how to spell them, right? But if you don't know how to spell them, this is what it would look like, okay? If you do know how to spell them, I'm going to write them under. This is what it looks like. But boys and girls, I don't expect you to know how to spell those. Okay, so you will sound out the best you can. So this would be the beginning of my story. I went to see my brother in California. Okay, so today you're going to write about an event from your events section that was important to you. Okay, so I want you to think out loud before you write. Think about what you want your story to be about. I want you to write at least 3 sentences about it. Okay, at least 3 sentences. A lot of details, just like we've been practicing. You're going to work for 16 minutes today. 16 minutes. Okay, so you can put your 15-minute timer on and then just put it on for another minute, or you can just work an extra minute. Okay, so 16 minutes today. I am so excited to see your first personal narrative. That's what they're big words for just writing about an event that happened in your life. So I'm excited to see them. Share them on Seesaw, and I look forward to it. Happy writing.